Hi, so I wanted to jump on here really fast and talk about some Dani styling, as well as Dani styling going into fall, because this is going to be a great piece to be able to wear for multiple seasons of the year. So the Dani, if you don't know, is the maxi tank dress. I currently am wearing a small. So first of all, one thing I want to point out is my this dress is pooling a little bit at the bottom. I'm 5'4". This is a small. What I just like to do is a super simple knot at the bottom. This is just really something simple you can do just to shorten up your dresses a little bit. You can do this with your Sarahs. You can do this with any of the maxi length items, the maxi skirts. The maxi skirt you can actually also just tuck up. But anyway, so that's just one simple way to kind of shorten it a little bit. Different styling things. First of all, it's summertime, it's warm. You typically, and like if you're like, either you can do this two separate ways. You can either grab your solid Dani and tone it or brighten it up a little bit with some fun tank print, or you can do the opposite. You can take your bold printed Dani and tone it down a little bit with a solid tank. So in this case, I'm wearing a printed Dani, or a solid Dani. I'm going to use a printed tank. Just throw this guy on. This is, again, just a super fun, simple way to just kind of change up your Dani a little bit. I personally, you're always going to see me typically tying things right in the front. If you like things tied to the side better, go for it. If you like things tied in the back better, go for it. But I'm always one, I just like to tie in the front, partly because it's easy for me. In the back, I'm like, ooh, struggle. But that's okay. So this is just one I took kind of more of a bright orange, that olive gray colored Dani, or more like a brown olive color, to brighten that Dani up a little bit. So that is just one simple way. You can do that in summertime. You can even do that in the fall time and just grab your Caroline over the top. Speaking of Carolines, Caroline over the top. We have some pattern mixing going on here. Some plaid, and just a heads up, plaid is a neutral. It's kind of considered almost like a stripe. So one way to style that. So we're gonna take off. If you're not into pattern mixing, that is okay, because then we'll just pull off this tank top here and just throw that Caroline back on. I don't know about where you're from. I'm from Oregon. In the fall, it is cold in the mornings and it gets hot in the afternoons during the fall, and even sometimes in the summer it's like that. So this is typically my go-to thing. Even during the summer, I'll throw on my Caroline in the morning. So Caroline, your tank dress. The other thing this is great for is if you work in an office. If it's 100 degrees outside and you have to go commute, like walking or something from your car, no matter how, sometimes it's like if you're working in like downtown Portland or something, you have to walk a ways. So take off that Caroline, throw it in your purse while you're walking, get into the office where it's, like freezing and cold, because that's what we do. We turn the air conditioner on. You have your Caroline, you can throw that back on. So super good, really great piece to have for summertime as well, even though it's hot outside. One way to style, and again, I'm grabbing a little bit more of some of those fall things, the fall colors. So that's one. Another way to style a Dani, instead of using the tank, so say we're getting into some cooler days, you want a little bit more on your arms, over your shoulders, grab your perfect tee, grab your your classic, your Irma, whatever top you prefer. The Christie might even be a little bit cute because it comes down a little bit, so you'll have a little bit of peekaboo there. But for this case, I did the scooped up. I have the perfect tee, and my favorite way to tie the perfect tee is just like this. Grab a little bit over here because it adds, again, this is again accentuating my waistline, and you create this knot over here, and it kind of creates this really cute slimming effect. Because you have this just kind of like drape look. And anytime a line goes like this, it's very slimming. When you have lines that are this way, your vertical stripes are going to be a little bit more, or vertical, horizontal, this way, that way stripes, that way, this way. So anything that does the diagonal stripes, I think that's the right word, the diagonal stripes, it's going to be a little bit more slimming. So that's just one way, another way to style. And finally, you have your Shirley. This is a really great layering item for summertime. because, you know, like say you need to you're going to a wedding and you need something on your shoulders, but you don't want something super heavy. The Shirley fabric is this nice chiffon fabric that's very lightweight. It's see-through. Some of it isn't, but a lot of the summer, springtime ones are. Just throw that Shirley on. You have something on your shoulders. Very fashion forward. This is our kimono. Super, super comfy, super cute. And it just is another way to style that Dani. Another thing you can do, I didn't do much with accessories on this. You can belt this off. I love being able to belt over the top of my Shirleys. Again, accentuating that waistline, drawing in the waist, and it just creates a nice, flattering look. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great rest of your day.